Hello, nice to see you again. Today we're going to take a look at the Hisense 5 Series 60-inch TV. This is the C5600 UK model, 60 inches, A+ rated for energy efficiency. Lots of connection ports. You've got AV in, video in, component in, you've got a LAN port for networking. There are 3 HDMI ports around the back. They all support 4K, but only 2 of them support that at 60 Hz, the other is 30 Hz. You've also got a USB 3 connection for use with hard drives. It comes with non-rotatable stands. These are just legs that you have to screw into place. They look very nice. They're a two-tone colour and they are at either end of the TV, so you're going to need quite a wide space to pop this on. So once it's set up, these will sit either side and you can have a little something in the middle. So I have a little speaker sat under this as part of my surround sound. As you can see, it's got a fairly thin profile. A lot of the innards are down the bottom. It comes with a pretty decent remote, and the most impressive thing about this remote for me is there are 4 shortcut buttons to the catch-up services. So you've got Amazon, Netflix, YouTube and FreePlay. Setup was really easy. Once you've got it powered up, make sure if you're going to use a wide network to plug it in. That just makes it a bit easier. You have to select the country, accept various terms of use, and once it has connected to a network, either via Ethernet or via Wi-Fi that can be set up, it will then check to see if there's any software updates needed. There was a software update for me when I plugged this in, so I had to upgrade, and that maybe takes about 5-10 minutes. Once completed, you can go ahead and get your channels set up. So this has an aerial input, or if you're connecting via a HDMI input for Sky or TiVo, you can do so. I'm using both just to try this out, and it will scan. It takes a while, and then it drops you into the main menu interface. Really like the menu interface. It's very crisp and clear, very fluid actually. There's no jerkiness or lagging, and you've got access to a simple bar which holds shortcuts to your favorite apps or menu items. There's a web browser built in, although typing with the remote is quite a frustrating option, but you can browse the web if you want to. There's various other apps installed, so Plex is on there. You've got a great range of on-demand services, so Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, but you've also got the iPlayer, ITV Hub, 4 on Demand, Demand 5, UK TV Play, and you can see various other ones listed on screen. If you want to, you can edit this bar. If there's an app that you use a lot which doesn't have a shortcut on the remote, you can go on here and you can either add an input. For example, you might want to add HDMI input onto the menu bar, or if you scroll down you can add an app, or if you scroll down further you can add a channel. The services on offer are really smooth, really slick, much better than my previous TV. The catch-up services are excellent, and you've also got the option of using a USB drive either to stream media from it. So if you've got media on the drive, you can also stream media remotely via DLNA, or you can use this as a PVR. So if you don't have a Sky or TiVo box, you can set up an external hard drive, as I'm doing here. This will check the hard drive, make sure it's compatible, and once done, you can record programs directly to it. Now I use TiVo with Virgin, so I don't use this feature on the TV, but it's great to see you can also set up time shift as well. So you can set, say, 5 gig of data there, and that way you can rewind live TV if you've missed something. Very simple interface. You simply click on the program, click PVR, and set whether it's a one-off or daily, weekly, manual start-stop, and it's good to go. Being a TV, I should probably talk about the picture quality. This is a 4K TV, but I have to say both standard def and high def look good. Obviously standard def doesn't look great, but high def looks fantastic on this. So this is a simple high def image. I'm just going to zoom right in, and you can see the detail is kept all the way in. As I zoom in, then we'll start the recording playing. Generally, I've been very impressed, especially when you get something like a BBC documentary where they have these lovely, colourful images. They look fantastic. The motion on this is great as well. It's not blurry at all. And I've also enjoyed playing games on this. The large screen size is brilliant. I started off with an Xbox One, but recently got the Xbox One X, and there is a noticeable difference with something like Assassin's Creed Origins, which has been released with a 4K update. So I definitely recommend this for gaming. I haven't tried it split screen yet, but it'll be like having a TV each when I do get around to a bit of split screen action. Now this is a HDR TV. It's Ultra HD on Netflix, and Netflix works brilliantly. This is Star Trek Discovery, and you can see the blacks look really good. However, that's not always been my experience with this. The out-of-the-box picture was fine for light scenes, but when I came to watch Stranger Things, which is also a Netflix 4K show, you can see it's very cloudy around the edges. Now you might think that's the way I've recorded this, but it's not. This cloudiness goes right around the TV, and it's actually really distracting and really off-putting when you're trying to watch something like Stranger Things, which builds its atmosphere by using really dark scenes. And I found that I had to go into the settings and reduce the backlight. It was set to 100. I had to reduce that right down, and that made the cloudiness disappear. Of course, it did also mean some of the really dark scenes weren't always as visible as I'd have liked. So that's really been the main area that's been a problem for me, has been these low light situations. Otherwise though, the picture quality is fantastic, especially with a nice bright backlight. You can have different picture modes. You can change it on the HDR picture modes on Netflix, or on the normal picture you've got a slightly different set. Again though, it just changes the settings in the background, more like shortcuts. If you're more of a tinkerer, you've got plenty of settings you can take a look into, and that can apply to a single source or to all sources. You've also got advanced picture settings, so you can get really stuck in and tweak this to be the picture that you want. I just find it a little bit annoying that you have to go to that extreme to get a decent picture in some instances. For those of you who are using a network, it can be Wi-Fi or wired. It will set all the required settings automatically if you want, or if you're a more advanced user and you want to use your own IP address and gateway, what have you, you can edit those. The speaker on this is okay, but if you're going to spend some money on a nice big TV, you should really get a soundbar or surround sound system, and I am using a surround sound system. So I needed to use the ARC, the audio return channel. You're going to need a little bit of tweaking for this. So speakers, you can select ARC in the settings, but that doesn't mean that the sound automatically comes out. You'll actually need to go into another setting under System. You then need to find the HDMI and CEC functions, turn on CEC, and then scroll down and detect your device. Until you do that, you won't get any sound out of the system. And it's a pity that's not been made a bit clearer. Overall then, this is a pretty decent TV. I really like all the smart features you get. Netflix, Amazon, Plex, all the extra apps that you can have. The standard def picture's good, high def picture's good, 4K picture's good as well. I think a bit like the OnePlus route on mobiles, Hisense are taking the value for money approach, and they've packed a lot of technology in. You do have to spend a bit of time setting this up to get the most out of it. It's not ready out of the box. You want to make sure you get a really great picture, but after you've done all this setup, this gives a great quality all the time. I hope you found this short review useful. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'll see you next time.